If you're taking a cross-country trip to sample the best meat in the United States, then you ought to check out these local steakhouse chains that we wish were everywhere. Providing meat sourced from premier beef providers both locally and around the country, Biernat is a Dallas-based steakhouse that has customers raving. It features some classic menu options, including several versions of filet mignon, as well as ribeye and wagyu, not to mention all the various side dishes. If you want something other than beef, Biernat also offers plenty of seafood, chicken, and vegan options. Choose from crowd-pleasing dishes like the Chilean bass, chicken piccata, or grilled portobello enchilada to get you started. As for the drinks, there's a selection of cocktails and an exquisite award-winning wine collection that features rare bottles sourced from both new and old world vineyards. Customers have been raving online about Biernat's great steaks and exceptional service. However, it's worth noting that some have complained about the parking situation and how loud it can get. Still, the pros certainly seem to outweigh the cons. If you're looking for an exquisite meal and impeccable service, then Alexander's Steakhouse has you covered. This regional California chain has locations in such cities as San Francisco, Pasadena, and Cupertino. Based on the reviews on Yelp, fans of the steakhouse really love the waitstaff. While glancing over the menu, you'll discover a cut to suit almost any preference. Choose from a standard ribeye or filet mignon, or fall in love with other options like the New York strip, T-bone, porterhouse, or prime rib. There are also many versions of wagyu available, quite possibly the most we've seen on any one menu. Like most steakhouses, Alexander's also offers delectable seafood alternatives, tasty side dishes, and an impressive coffee and tea selection. Ordering wine is a must here, and don't even think about skipping dessert. Overall, this is a wonderful place to dine if you're in California and wish to sample what many believe to be the best of the best.
Jim, to get better than this?
Open since 1885, Keene Steakhouse of New York City has more to offer carnivores than just steak. This historical venue also features incredible art displays and boasts a rich and regal atmosphere. Customers are regularly blown away, not just by the food, but also by the establishment itself, particularly thanks to the historical environment. In general, Keene's is known for serving consistently delicious beef and other assorted meat options, while also supplying guests with a lighter pub menu if you're looking for something a little lighter. As for what to actually order, for lunch, you can choose from prime rib, T-bone, porterhouse, filet mignon, and sirloin, as well as non-beef options like pork chops and turkey. For dinner, choose from fresh oysters or chilled shrimp from the raw bar, or any of the previously mentioned options from the lunch menu. Keene's also offers a decent side selection featuring carrots, spinach, potatoes, and hash browns. Overall, Keene's is absolutely worth a visit when you're in the Big Apple, especially if you're a history buff. When it comes to Adega Gaucha in Florida, you'd be hard-pressed to find many negative reviews. Simply put, this Brazilian steakhouse is nothing short of amazing. According to customer reviews, the food is incredible and the service is impeccable. The waitstaff has a reputation for being extremely pleasant, patient, and accommodating, thus making every dining experience a memorable one. In addition to the wonderful service, the menu includes a number of Brazilian options alongside traditional American fare. There are lunch, dinner, and brunch menus, although the latter is only served on weekends. Sirloin steak, tomahawk steak, and even pan-seared salmon are all available for sampling, as are several other flavorful choices. The dessert selection impresses as well, with delectable-sounding options such as papaya cream, Brazilian-style caramel flan, passion fruit mousse, and so much more. And it's also worth noting that compared to some of the other steakhouses on this list, Adega Gaucha is generally affordable. But don't let that scare you away if you have a taste for luxury. Despite the lower price point, visitors agree that the food and service aren't lacking in any way.
The time does not matter, the month does not matter, nor the season.
We love it when restaurants immerse themselves in the communities they're rooted in, and Hyde Park does exactly that. Stationed in several East Coast and Midwest states, this steakhouse offers regal, classic, and even downright humble foods. Despite its reputation as a luxurious venue, Hyde Park also offers grilled cheese for the kids, a 5-cheese macaroni for adults, million-dollar potatoes, and even a couple of different burger options when you're in the mood for casual American fare. But make no mistake that Hyde Park is known for serving exquisitely prepared dishes. Just get a load of its filet mignon, wagyu steak, and calamari to start. Or you can venture toward the steak dishes that are named after notable community figures. For example, the location in downtown Columbus features cuts named after several Ohio State University football coaches, and another one named the Scarlet and Gray in honor of the school's uniform colors. And if you're in the mood for fancy drinks and desserts, then you can order an old-fashioned cocktail cloaked in a cloud of smoke. And don't forget about dessert, as you simply must sample the Bananas Foster. Altogether, we're impressed with the somewhat tongue-in-cheek menu at Hyde Park, as it manages to strike a balance between hometown infusion and regal sophistication. Big Mike's Steakhouse was the brainchild of 3 friends, and its success ended up far exceeding their wildest dreams. Serving several locations in Alabama, this affordable yet delicious steakhouse has won the hearts of many. The menu features delicious-looking steaks that include everything from a 24-ounce ribeye, known as the Big Mike, to a Chophouse hamburger steak. Top sirloin, filet mignon, New York strip, and smaller versions of the ribeye are also available, as are various burgers, salads, appetizers, and desserts. Although Big Mike's tends to get outstanding reviews, it's also endured a few complaints concerning wait times. There aren't any reservations, nor is there call-ahead seating. As you might imagine, this can pose quite a problem if you have a larger party or happen to arrive when it's particularly busy. Quoted wait times can sometimes reach a couple of hours, so prepare ahead to avoid disappointment.
Enjoy your steak cooked your way. Stop by Big Mike's Steakhouse today.
Founded in Des Moines, Iowa, the 801 Chophouse has since expanded to several locations across the Midwest, much to its fans' delight. This upscale steakhouse is the perfect venue for special occasions when you feel like treating yourself and your loved ones. The restaurant prides itself on only serving aged prime USDA steak cuts, as well as Japanese and domestic Wagyu beef. It also enjoys a reputation for an attentive and friendly staff. The menu at the original Des Moines location includes about 7 wet and dry-aged steak options, including ribeye, porterhouse, and filet mignon cuts. There's just one Wagyu item on the menu, which may be underwhelming for those wanting more choice. Nevertheless, the side dishes are impressive and plentiful, with options like broccoli, creamed corn, lobster mac and cheese, sautéed spinach, and grilled asparagus. No doubt about it, 801 Chophouse is an amazing place to visit if you're lucky enough to find yourself near one.
801 Chophouse is the place for you.
Jeff Ruby's is yet another winning steakhouse that we desperately wish we could find everywhere. One unique aspect about this particular establishment is that it offers customers a wide variety of hand-rolled cigars to sample during their stay. Several of them were made specifically for Jeff Ruby's diners. When it comes to customer reviews, let's just say this place has most people floored. Those who frequent the Cincinnati location have declared that it's one of the best steakhouses they've ever visited, with both great food and great service. Furthermore, guests love the bar and live music that are often featured at this particular location. As for the menu, you can choose from several steak offerings, many of which are ribeyes, along with savory, exquisite Wagyu beef and other entrees. As of 2023, you can find a Jeff Ruby's in several cities across the Midwest, including Cincinnati, Lexington, Louisville, and Nashville. It isn't the most affordable spot on this list, but if it's fine dining you're after, then this place will certainly fit the bill. Found mainly in the Midwest and along the East Coast, Stoney River Steakhouse and Grill is definitely a fan favorite. Customers love the knowledgeable servers, exceptional steak options, and phenomenal side dishes. The cowboy steak, coffee-cured filet, and New York strip are all among the menu choices that have been specifically mentioned in reviews by name. And non-steak options, like the pecan trout, are also touted for their deliciousness. As you might expect, the specific location you frequent will dictate which menu items you'll encounter, as well as what kind of dining experience you'll receive. The Nashville menu showcases a rather extensive drink selection. From local craft drafts to an exquisite wine list, you can feel free to take your pick from whichever drink is best suited to excite your taste buds. Stony River tends to get high ratings in general, so you're likely to enjoy your experience no matter which location you frequent. You can also take advantage of Stony River's legendary brunch at participating locations on Sundays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The brunch menu includes traditional breakfast choices like avocado toast, chicken biscuits, and hot chicken and waffles. This place has a one-of-a-kind charm, so if you live close to a Stony River, then you should consider yourself a lucky carnivore indeed.
You know it's big when there's a steak knife in it for sure.
Exactly.
El Gaucho has several locations across the Northwest, and customer reviews have made no secret that it's delicious. There's a lot to love about this place. From the Wagyu poutine served on the happy hour menu to the key lime pie, it's virtually impossible not to find something to enjoy. One customer, who reviewed the Seattle location, mentioned that the ribeye and french fries served with the truffle aioli were incredible, while also noting that this is easily one of the best upscale restaurants in the city. In addition to traditional steakhouse fare, El Gaucho offers plenty of non-steak options. Canadian lobster tail, grilled prawn linguine, and more all grace the Tacoma menu. Meanwhile, the selection at other locations includes tantalizing seafood and chicken choices in the same vein. Options understandably vary based on the location, but if you're lucky enough to live close to an El Gaucho, then you'll undoubtedly be able to find at least one option that you're sure to fall in love with. As always, there are a few naysayers who have claimed that things weren't quite up to par. For example, a handful of customers have complained about minor issues, such as the steak not being quite tender enough. Still, the overall consensus is that El Gaucho is top of the line in terms of fine dining. Situated in Washington, D.C., Milwaukee, and Madison, Wisconsin, Rare Steakhouse is indeed a rare find in terms of its excellence. Despite having only 3 locations, this restaurant is incredibly popular locally, as its service and overall menu inspire plenty of loyalty. This establishment boasts steaks that are aged in-house, with sumptuous choices including ribeyes, New York strip, a rare exclusive bottleneck steak, American Wagyu, and Japanese Wagyu. As for side dishes, the Milwaukee location features a tasty but relatively limited list, which includes traditional items like potatoes, asparagus, macaroni and cheese, and spinach. As for the customer reviews, most people consider Rare to be nearly perfect, with a beautiful environment and an amazing presentation working squarely in its favor. The waitstaff is reputedly vigilant and provides fantastic service, which is always the cherry on top when it comes to fine dining establishments like this one. Some popular menu recommendations include the ribeyes, along with the Brussels sprouts, mushrooms, and mashed potatoes. All in all, we believe that Rare lives up to its hype. You might have to save up a bit before you visit, but the presentation, quality, and flavor of the food all justify the splurge.